Bartimaeus looks up. In the movement of the priesthood of Christ. Welcome to our Gospel Commentary channel, to discover yourself. Today we will delve deeper into the type of perception suited to rebirth in Christ, specifically, the action of raising one's gaze. For a more complete overview of our human, cultural and spiritual proposal, we suggest you visit the website duevi.art. Mark 10:46-52. Mark's passage is the agile fruit of the interweaving of a catechesis explaining the immediately preceding passage, the aims of the apostles, and the teaching on the very first forms of baptismal liturgy reserved for new believers, called photismoi illuminated, those who from the darkness of pagan life finally opened their eyes to the light. The passage illustrates what happens to a person when he meets Christ and receives his existential orientation. He or she abandons consolidated but not personally reworked positions, and becomes a critical witness. The narrative is based on the comparison between downward material gazes, such as those of pagans or arrogant followers, and open gazes, capable of lifting the eye of humanity, freeing it from the shackles of appearances, habits, and destructive external or internal powers. What then is necessary to see with the perception of God, beyond appearances? And rise from a grey life of begging, literally on the ground. How to take care of the vision of someone who does not know what to do? Bartimaeus, textually, the son of the appreciated, represents us. He is not a free man, capable of taking action, but influenced by a frantic search for prestige and recognition. The son of the honored is not biologically blind, but someone who acts haphazardly. He is unable to look up. The key Greek verb in verses 51-52 is anablepein. Because he does not cultivate ideals, he is content with what passes by, which anesthetizes him. If you find yourself at this level of myopia, it is better to raise your gaze from your own navel, for petty matters of short-term gain. Bartimaeus is a man of habit. He is accompanied to the same places every day by the same people. He stands still, sitting, verse 46. On the edge of a road where people are walking. And she does not limit herself like him to surviving resignedly, without any steps forward. The Bartimaeus types. They expect everything from the recognition of others. They live only by begging. They do nothing but repeat the same words and gestures over and over again. Their horizon at hand does not allow them to enter the flow of the way where people are busy building, evolving, expressing themselves, providing for their less fortunate brethren, an existence dragged to the margins of any interest other than one's own lazy bag. They live only by begging. They live off the movement of others. They live off small benevolences and opinions exchanged from passers-by, never re-examined and made their own out of laziness. But the word of the Nazarene triggers the indolent, and his new attitude becomes that of the newborn. In this, he works in an industrious, creative, practical, fruitful and futuristic way of life. He rises again dynamic, throwing off the rags on which he expected others to deposit something in his favor. The old garment ends up in the dust, thrown away as in the ancient baptismal liturgies. At any age it undertakes, surpassing the certainties of small coastal shipping, by changing life, looking it in the face. Although he knows he is complicating it, making it challenging and against the grain. Personal contact with Jesus corrected his gaze and helped him recover his ideal perspective. Now he understands the primordial and regenerating, indeed, recreating, meaning of the newness of God. The face-to-face encounter gave him a diametrically opposite model of a successful man, not subjected to tactics. In short, Jesus corrects the inert myopia of those who are attached to their mediocre position. Religiosity or personal faith, the choice is crucial. It means lazily adapting to the current fashions or to the old dress of already said behaviors and usual friendships, just waiting for some lightning-fast solution that doesn't involve too much. That is, to leave there, reinvent one's life, abandon the cloak on which common comments and offerings were collected, instead, opening your eyes and lifting them, as an already divine man would do. Pocketing nothing but pearls of light, instead of alms. On muddy roads you can get dirty and you are uncertain, but you can proceed. In the movement of the priesthood of Christ. With healthy perception. In fact, as in this episode, the Gospels often insist on the devoutly absurd criterion that the enemy of God is not sin, but rather the average and passive life of the honored, now identified and placed, who instead is asked to free the gaze from conformism and let himself be lifted up. Mark 10:46-52. Thank you all for your kind attention. We invite you to subscribe to the channel, to stay updated on our activities. If you liked it, leave a like to support us. Subscribe, give your precious well done, share with your friends, and comment too. Thanks, see you soon.